The timing was great. That's good basketball. That's well coached by Iowa.
Tie game.
I love good basketball.
I do.
Basketball. You know, first half was sloppy back and forth. Guys playing hard, but that's good basketball.
When these two teams don't turn it over, they play pretty basketball.
They do.
Bryant missed the second. Dribbled it off his foot and went right to a teammate like a bounce pass.
No foot pass.
There's Moss along the baseline. That's a tough shot.
Look at Moss.
He hustled after the loose ball. Indiana comes away with it 3-on-2. Bryant runs the floor.
Remember the first play of the game when Jock didn't run? Same thing there. Bryant ran, Jock didn't lay it. Indiana.
Jock almost loses it. And does lose it. Blackman's going to take it with the foul. I don't think Bohannon touched him, but the whistle came. Let's see. Was there any contact?
Bad angle, but no.
ESPN Tournament Challenge. Sign up or download the app today.
So I think we should probably head over.
That's what the bat was. So we're finally doing this.
You're finally doing this.
Out with the old.
Wait, where are you?
In with the better. Make room for your new Hyundai. The spring cleaning sales event is here, and it's time to save. Better is the reason to buy Hyundai. And this is the reason to buy now. For a limited time, get $2,000 off a new 2017 Sonata.
It's back. And it's front. No, really. The Triple Double Crunch Wrap Big Box is back. And it's still all mains, no sides with the Doritos Locos Taco, a Crunchy Taco, and a Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Just $5, only at Taco Bell.
If you believe life starts where the blacktop ends, if the power of an engine makes your heart race, don't settle for anything less than Polaris RZR, the ultimate off-road vehicle. With unequaled power, unrivaled suspension, and unmatched agility, all perfectly combined to help you chase down what matters most. Polaris RZR, we fuel your freedom. And now's the time to get up to $2,000 cash back during the Polaris Spring Sales Event.
Why do some cashback cards make earning bonus cashback so complicated? They limit where you can earn bonus cashback to a few places, and those places keep changing every few months. The Quicksilver card from Capital One doesn't do any of that. With Quicksilver, you earn unlimited 1.5% cashback on every purchase everywhere. Leave complicated behind. What's in your wallet?
The well-dressed man is impressive by design. Right now at Men's Warehouse, designer suits are just $279. Plus, you can dress down with a more casual vibe and build your wardrobe. Buy one, get one free throughout the store. Men's Warehouse.
Second half, I'm trying to make a comeback. About to make history, how we done that?
On the way. Champ week in full force now. This is Thursday in the Big Ten tournament with the drama of the bubble and bracketology with Joe Lunardi. Last four in, first four out. Iowa among those teams. Next four out, Cal got a huge win. So much of this is relative to what those other teams. For me, Illinois, they lose big. Indiana has a better argument right now than Illinois does.
Well, remember, we thought Illinois was rolling there a little bit. Four straight, they went to Rutgers, had a 10-point lead in the second half, got beat. Now you combine it with a 20-point loss in the tournament. Good play by Blackman.
Really good.
He's going up.
Yeah, he looks like he wants to shoot. Here's Johnson. 53-48, a little push before that last timeout from the Hoosiers.
He's not giving this up.
Fumbled it, gave it up. Newkirk for three. Rebound pencil.
He gave it up only because he dribbled it off his foot. I don't blame him. He gets the ball at the top of the key. He is automatic. Right side, Robert Johnson. Top, Blackman. Nice spin.
Yeah, just good ball handling all around it. It creates a chance for a three-point play.
That was a set play. He brings the ball to the right. Primsel acts like he's going on the spin by Bohannon. Primsel spun. Look at on the bottom here. You can't hardly see it, but on the spin right there, you see Primsel has stepped in. The court is spread. That is good offense. Or Primsel.
You know, one of the two.
I put an R in there for roughneck.
And for
Rebounder.
Blackman
Ready.
He has kind of taken the spot. He's had a really good game. He's kind of taken the spot of Cook, who's been in foul trouble the whole way through.
1 for 4 all day for Cook.
Davis, big time game for him.
9 points in the first half in only 8 minutes. Here he is again, making big plays, getting position.
5 for 5 from the field. Bohannon, who's used to operating on the perimeter, draws a foul.
You know, basketball changed with Steve Nash. He never saw guys dribble along the baseline underneath the basket. And now that's an offense. Guys will cut from the free throw line down. Guys will spot up. Bohannon pretty smart there. He just stopped, paused, faked, fouled.
Newkirk has not scored, and he's got 3 personals now. Bohannon is a very good free throw shooter. Look who's watching, the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers, who have a tournament win in the Big Ten for the first time after last night. They thumped Ohio State.
I do believe you and I said on our broadcast, don't be surprised when Rutgers gets a win. We didn't say if, we said win, because Rutgers is the best rebounding team in the Big Ten. They will not get outworked. They may lose, and they've got a good matchup, I think, for themselves. Lost by 4 the first time against Northwestern.
They played them close both times. Over the top, Davis, another bucket.
Yeah, Davis ran the floor, and he's running back hard.
Big guy moving, pushing, committing a foul.
Oh, man, this kid is really good. He is active. He is willing. He finds himself in the right spot. He's another one of these big young freshmen that knows how to play. Watkins yesterday, Davis today. He just knows how, and that's not as easy as that looks easy either. You're talking about 6'11", about 260, 270. Nice cut.
Nicholas Baer having kind of a nightmare game.
6th man of the year in the league, getting nothing done.
You could go 15, 20 deep in impact freshmen this year in the Big Ten.
Oh, I think so.
I mean, guys who really have been good players.
Yeah, Devontae Green's been good for Indiana. Yeah. Davis has been good for Indiana. Jones was great the first time out against Kansas.
Blackman contested 3.
Hey, there's nothing you can do. Nothing you can do. He lifted up, hand in his face.
Moss drives it, tried to dish it out of bounds off of the Hoosiers.
Blackman has a field to him. Here's what you actually can do. You have to make it really hard for that kid to get the basketball. When he has to work like crazy to get it, he doesn't shoot it nearly as well. Nobody does. But when he can comfortably get the ball, you've got a problem.
Peter Jock on that inbound play came up way short.
Yeah, he hurried that one. He's been under pressure all night.
Blackman, that same kind of dribble move along the baseline. Green to the bucket.
Man, he kind of stumbled. Fred McCaffrey's going to need a timeout here, but they're going to get a layup.
Nope, they're going to get a turnover. I thought it was a layup. Oh, yeah, I think that was the right call. I think it was off Peter Jock.
As much as we praise Bohannon, that's a bad play because Fred McCaffrey.
Iowa needed this timeout.
They needed this timeout 2 possessions ago. What are you doing? The best shooter in the building is standing there wide open. Better guard him.
Can I help you? Guys, you know who. Thank you. I got the VIP box.
So I got the exact same thing.
2 boxes. You guys are ridiculous. I'll take that one.
No.
Everyone's a VIP with our $5 chicken strip dinner. This is how you Sonic.
Any guy can catch a ride, but only you can take her on a journey. You got something. Own it and smell great with new Axe U, a unique masculine fragrance.
Can a car be crafted instead of produced? Designed with attention and care to give a feeling that stays with you. At Mazda, every detail matters because driving matters. The 3-row Mazda CX-9.
I joined the Army in July of '98. I did active duty 11 years and 2 in the reserve.
Our 18-year-old was in an accident. When I call USAA, it was that voice asking me, is your daughter okay? That's where I felt relief.
It actually helped to know that somebody else cared and wanted to make sure that I was okay. That was really great.
We're the Rivera family, and with OB, we USAA for life.
USAA. We know what it means to serve. Call today to talk about your insurance needs.
Oh, my goodness. Man, if you don't like this, there's something wrong. Let the party begin.
Champ Week's biggest night begins Saturday at 6 on ESPN.
An 18-4 run for Indiana, and the Hoosiers have their biggest lead up 13 with 13 minutes to go. If the White House is hiring, here's the resume for the Hoosiers of Indiana. I know the conference record is ugly, and they had an ugly stretch in the middle there. The analytics love Indiana, and very few teams in the country have that group of quality wins like Tom Crean's team does.
Yeah, I mean, look, Indiana with the wins over Kansas, North Carolina, that is wins over the #1 seed. The worst loss IPFW at IPFW, which is truly an Indiana home game. I mean, Indiana University, we used to go up there for inter-squad games when I was coaching and playing at Indiana, and it would sell out in like 3 minutes. It's one of the great IU towns in the state, so that is a bad loss. Pretty good team, but a bad loss.
Good defense from Green and Indiana out of the timeout. Blackman almost stole it away.
Yeah, and it was really good defense by Robert Johnson. He was guarding Jock. They set up a little cross screen, screen-to-screener action for Jock, and Robert Johnson wasn't having it. He stayed tight.
I guess the point being, looking at that resume, nobody is talking about Indiana and a chance to get an at-large bid. If they win tonight, they get Wisconsin tomorrow. If they win that game, I think they have an argument.
No doubt.
So it's all relative. It's relative to what other teams in this mix are doing. Cook, spin move. Cook got pinned.
Man, that's twice. Cook has had action on the rim. And Thomas Bryant saying no. Early in the game, it happened right there. Good defense, Indiana.
Rough game for Cook. Rough game for Bears. Some of the stars for Iowa.
Here comes, you're going to see Blackman screen and come right back to the top.
They go over the top to Bryant.
That's what they wanted to do. They spread the court. Bohannon was late coming off from the other side off of Green.
Iowa better be careful here. A long way to go. Plenty of time. But a 12-0 run.
I really like Indiana's defense right now. This lineup has guarded. Seems like everybody's got a good match. Blackman not going to get beat off the dribble.
Good pass. And finish.
Oh, there you go.
On Performance Sales Event, experience our most thrilling models ever, including the exhilarating IS, GS, and RC Coupe. Experience amazing.
Introducing new Control GX for men. The first shampoo with a brain. What makes it so smart? It reduces gray the same way it grows in. Gradually. The more you shampoo with Control GX, the less gray you have. Just use it until you like what you see. How smart is that? Gradually reduce gray with Control GX from Just for Men. The first shampoo with a brain.
What you doing? Just checking my free credit score at Credit Karma. What the?
You're welcome. I just helped you dodge a bullet.
But I was just checking my...
Shh. Don't you know that checking your credit score lowers it? Just be cool.
Actually, checking your credit score with Credit Karma doesn't affect it at all.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Huh, so I guess I could just check my credit score then.
Check out Credit Karma today. Credit Karma. Give yourself some credit.
Sorry about that.
Potter and Katz back in Brooklyn. Back in Bristol, rather. He's back from Brooklyn. Butler and Xavier right here. Big-time game for Xavier in terms of being on the bubble, but Kamar Baldwin with the bucket.
Yeah, and the other borough in Manhattan at Madison Square Garden. Xavier has to win that game if they want to make sure the selection committee keeps them in the field.
Vandy's on the bubble, up by 3. Cal is as well. Got a big one earlier against Utah. Florida State and Virginia Tech, and a good one in the ACC, guys.
All right, wherever the heck you guys are, sounding good. Here, a huge game on both sides. And this really, in a lot of ways, Dan, this has been the difference. 24 transition points for Indiana.
It started early with the first possession of the game. Indiana was able to get down the court because, frankly, Indiana ran harder and really has run harder offense to defense. Offense as opposed to Iowa's defense.
Johnson picked up his dribble, needs a little help. He found it in Bryant. Green pass fake, got him an opening. Morgan, what an offensive board, missed the layup.
See, that's what I'm saying. Green got ran off the three-point line. Nobody's as good a shooter off there as they are when they get to step into the three.
Over the top, pencil blocked by Morgan.
How about Morgan again? What a game he has played. 2 blocks. He's been active both ends of the court.
I mean, he has 7 points. You say, well, how can he be one of the players of the game? He has been.
No doubt. He's done everything you need done. He's let others score. He's passed. He's screened. He's defended.
Bryant again, fouled by Cook as he made his move.
There's never a time, kids, to stand and watch. Watch Morgan. He's right here. He's not just going to stand and watch. High-low Morgan comes, gets himself set, gets the block. Don't stand.
And you guys, that's exactly what Tom Crean wanted to see in the timeout. He was telling his players defensively, keep them from catching where they want to score. Be wary of cross screens. He wants them to also be more active with their hands. Juwan Morgan doing just that.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Juwan Morgan can do. He's got good instincts. He can block shots. So we got to get in the middle of the zone, and you'll be able to play out of it.
Well, that's like one of your number one truisms in this sport. Green banked it in.
That's a tough shot. You can live with him making that shot. What's my truism?
Don't stand around when you're playing basketball. Move.
No, don't stand. I mean, look, stand to get a set organized. That's fine. But don't stand when you're on defense and something's going on. Don't stand when you should go to the backboard.
Jock dribbled it off his foot.
I'll tell you what, Robert Johnson's doing a great job of being very, very physical with Peter Jock. And right now, Fred McCaffrey saw the same thing that I was just getting ready to say. Bad body language from Jock. You can tell the physicality is getting him a little bit goofy. Not goofy, but getting him a little bit off his game. A lot off his game, actually.
The ball went right to the bench, and Jock just basically sat down with it. Under 10 to go. Winner plays Wisconsin tomorrow in the quarterfinals. Green. Good for 3.
He just gave Bear the business right there. He just crossed him over. Bear was on skates.
Nicholas Bear, who has been such an unbelievable story, great player this year. Tonight, nothing. Bohannon for 3. Answer for Iowa. They needed it.
That was quick because Morgan was coming out there. Now, if you're Iowa, you got to get this organized.
Newkirk, quick 3.
This is why they're the most dangerous team in the Big Ten and one of the most dangerous teams in America.
If the committee's watching, Indiana is looking the part tonight.
Indiana, the eye test is there. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Now, you've got to get some wins. They're 11 of 18 from the three-point line. We'll see what happens if they're fortunate enough to advance, because water has a tendency to find its level. But this is what every team worries about when you play Indiana. And you know what? Over the last 4 minutes, been great defense by IU. The only shot you were really comfortable was the 3, and it wasn't even that comfortable. Bohannon hit.
Part of the reason why, that guy.
No doubt.
He's not supposed to be coming out, apparently. He headed toward the bench, and the coaches were like, no, Juwan, back out there.
Deron Davis looked at Morgan just now and said, I told him. Maybe Brian said no.
Yeah, I'm not coming out.
No. If I'm Iowa, I got to pick up here. Indiana's too comfortable. You got to pick up. There you go. You got to pick up full court. Even that's okay. Just speed them up a little bit, because when they start raining threes, you try the same defense, you got no chance.
Well, what's the number one problem for Indiana? It has been all year long. Turnovers. To see if you can't get them to get careless with the ball. They've only turned it over one time in the second half. Green. Davis hustles after it. I don't know. If it's my guy, he's a senior. I'm going down with the leading scorer in the Big Ten.
Yeah, I'm with you, too. I'm with you on that. But
Indiana just got it in. Green's got a little pep in his step on the sideline.
Well, he said at halftime he loves his energy, so you know what? He was feeding off.
He didn't have a lot of time for us at halftime. That's a carry. And that'll send us to a timeout. He had to work on things, and Indiana's played great since halftime, leading big.
Everyone loves Taco Bell's iconic Crunch Wrap, and once again, we're taking that love to new heights. The one that got away is back in a big way. The bigger, beefier, triple-double Crunch Wrap. Only at Taco Bell.
It's time to show Kong that man is king.
We gotta save Kong.
This place is a real no-no.
Kong Skull Island, rated PG-13. Experience it in IMAX tomorrow.
Today's Best Western is more rewarding than ever. Get a $10 Best Western gift card with every stay. Book now at bestwestern.com.
Out with the old, in with the better. Make room for your new Hyundai. The spring cleaning sales event is here, and it's time to save. Better is the reason to buy Hyundai. And this is the reason to buy now. Make no payments for 5 months on a new Elantra, plus get 0% APR for up to 60 months.
Chris Cotter in Bristol, Vandy and A&M over on the SEC Network. This is a huge game for Vandy. Nolan Kressler with the nifty little floater off the glass. Right now a 10-point lead for the Doors. About 16 minutes left to go in that one. Earlier today, Michigan beats Illinois in the Big Ten. Michigan State as well, upending Penn State to advance. Gentlemen?
All right, important updates. Another team that is fighting, really, you feel like, for its tournament life, and maybe on both sides, but particularly Iowa's been, I think, closer to that field than Indiana has been. And Peter Jock and company coming up short tonight.
Yeah, this is really disappointing. This is about the first game. I'm playing the game. You're going to see Peter Jock didn't hustle. I mean, there's one thing here. Again, same thing. Didn't hustle, loses the ball, and stands and watches down the other end. Who's your best player? There's a number of guys in the Big Ten that are good enough to get you fired. He's good enough to win games for you. He's been pretty much a warrior all year long, but in this game, he hasn't brought it, and not even a little bit. And when he doesn't bring it with effort, you see the score. You don't see the score, but they're down 19, and that's one of the reasons why. Not the total reason. Indiana's been really good, but that's one of the reasons.
And the effort plays, that's disappointing to watch.
It is.
Your season is on the line. Jock for three.
You're just not going to make. I mean, it's really hard to just turn back on. It's like, if you're not going to come out and go as hard as you can possibly go, and then all of a sudden you think you're going to turn it on against a team that is going, it's not going to happen.
The flip side is Indiana's playing really well.
Yeah, really well. Indiana's handled the ball. This kid's been great. Why not? He's been great.
He really has been. career high for De'Ron Davis. Good time for that. His first career tournament game. Bensel blocked by Morgan. Hey, blocked, snatched, grabbed, stolen.
His best performance I've seen Indiana have since early in the season. Maybe Michigan State at home, we did their game. That was pretty good. But this has been a great, not a good, a great performance by IU. Look at this.
Yeah, Newkirk. Jock recovered but committed a foul.
You know, we can talk. Peter Jock playing great would have had a hard time keeping keeping Iowa in this game. Playing great. Because Indiana has come out here with a real purpose. Now they got to do it again.
People who are watching this game, and we're happy to have all those folks who are watching college hoops closely, getting ready for the tournament, seeing teams they haven't seen much of during the regular season. People are thinking, well, how is it that Indiana lost all those games in the middle of the Big Ten season and went on this long losing streak and couldn't beat anybody, fire the coach, fire the players, fire everybody? And people are thinking, that's this team?
I know. Hey, look, and the reason is a variety of things, but mostly carelessness and indifference by their junior class. And Tom Crean called them out. He was not afraid to call them out. And, you know, in the modern world we live in, if you say anything bad about anybody at all, it's like the worst thing ever. He didn't call them out, you know, Bob Knight style, but he called them out, and good for him. And good for them for responding, because Robert Johnson's been much better. Blackman as well, really good today.
Newkirk weaving his way through the defense. So it was a cone drill.
He's going to end up probably in the last 5 seconds with something spread out one-on-one. There it is.
Newkirk elevates. Made that look easy.
You can say whatever you want. But Tom Crean can develop guys. Like Newkirk was not nearly this kind of player at Pitt. And now he's come, he's worked. The conditioning program is great at Indiana. And he's bought into it and has become a real player.
He did not score in the first half. He had foul trouble, hardly played. He got 9 points in the second half. Blackman to the free throw line.
Well, you can just tell sitting here. Look at this. 4 across, everybody down low, out of the way, because the feeling on the bench is that this matchup is the best one. A little inside-out dribble combined with a spin, and Bohan doesn't even jump. The bench recognizes that Newkirk's going really well and has a quickness matchup against Bohan and took advantage of it. That's good coaching. You know what's amazing about this? You and I have said Indiana has a real chance, right?
Yes.
We've said it for like a week. Indiana fans, who normally Indiana fans, when they win 3 games in a row, they think the 7th national championship is just around the corner.
Get the parade route mapped out.
Hey, even if it's against 6 national championships, even if it's against Mississippi Valley State, North Carolina, you know, whatever, and how's your father, you? They think that, you know, but now this group, I'm getting ripped and have been getting ripped on my radio show and everywhere else for saying Indiana has a real shot, and I believe they do, and you do too.
They got a shot for a dunk here, or a layup. Probably should have been a 3-point play. Indiana's not even missing shots anymore. They've made 7 in a row. They're hustling all over the place, and they call that Indiana basketball.
This is what you call a beatdown.
Beatdown.
Yes.
Bryant's got to make sure he keeps his cool. Let's make one thing clear, and I think Fran would probably agree with me. The officiating has had 0 to do with this result.
Couldn't agree more.
0.
What has had to do with this result is the players in red.
Jock, been that kind of game for him.
See, that's right there who I thought Thomas Bryant would be all year. I thought Thomas Bryant would be Moses Malone. Just a relentless rebounder, post guy. And you know what? Instead, he's kind of dancing around the perimeter, and that's not helped Indiana. But, man, today, De'Ron Davis has been the Moses Malone type player.
Thomas Bryant still super talented.
Oh, yeah.
Juwan Morgan, runner with the left hand. Oh, my goodness. They're all going in.
Yeah, might as well. Just drive it, go hard left, flip it in.
Bohannon tried to muscle his way in. This was a 3-point game at halftime. In 16 minutes, It has been a blitz.
I believe it was 52-52 and Iowa had the basketball.
So, yeah, fast forward a few minutes into this half.
And it was James Blackman who hit a couple of threes, opened things up. Next thing you know, you look up and it was 13. That's great pass.
Bear comes away with the steal. Almost a great pass. Moss. Cook got shoved. So that will send us to a timeout. Well, a huge story in the Big Ten this year. The Wildcats of Northwestern, they can succeed. I think they are, but they're playing Rutgers after we're done with this one.
Something new has arrived. Uniquely designed for the driven. Introducing the first ever Infiniti QX30 crossover. Infiniti, empower the drive.
Lily, she pretty much lives in her favorite princess dress. But once a week, I let her play sheriff so I can wash it. I use Tide to get out those week-old stains and Downy to get it fresh and soft.
You are free to go.
Tide and Downy together.
When I want a $7.99 large pizza from Pizza Hut, I can order with this, and now from my Pizza Hut Pie Tops.
Now get a large 2-topping pizza for just $7.99. It's the best pizza delivery deal.
Because no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Earning your cash back shouldn't be this complicated. Yet some cards limit where you earn bonus cash back to a few places, and then change those places every few months. Enough with that. With Quicksilver from Capital One, you always earned unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, everywhere. Welcome to Unlimited. What's in your wallet?
Turn down for a potential Western Conference Finals preview. Turn down for the two best teams in the league. Seriously, look at the standings.
Warriors, Spurs, Saturday on ABC.
It's not who you pick, it's where you pick. And this top seed is a lock. The #1 bracket game in the land. ESPN Tournament Challenge. Follow your bracket and get the latest tournament news from anywhere. Sign up at espn.com/bracket or download the app today.
91-62. We still got 3:27 to go. This was a 3-point game at halftime, and the Indiana offense has just been so good. They are getting close. Last year's Maryland team, 97 points against Nebraska. That is the single-game Big Ten tournament scoring record. Nobody's ever been in triple digits, which is, that's hard to believe. This tournament's been going on for a while.
I'm looking at the lineup right now for Indiana, and there's going to be triple digits.
And Indiana has not missed a shot from the field in 9 minutes. They haven't missed one. It was a 1-point lead for Iowa. Since that point, into the second half, it's 44-14.
And, I mean, look, Indiana's offense has been great. But led by Juwan Morgan, the defense has been just as great.
I mean, the 14 is as impressive as the 44 is.
That's what I'm saying. There's nobody on Iowa, really, other than Bohannon early, that got comfortable in this game. Jock non-existent, Cook non-existent, Bear non-existent.
Bohannon knocked it away. Moss. Bohannon lays it in.
He's going to be good. He's the one guy. And this is how you know that a team isn't ready to play. He and Moss, I'll give Moss a little credit. Two guys are playing harder than everybody else for Iowa. And that should never happen. Middle of the zone, first thing you do, you look down. Freddie McSwain was down, got it done.
Bohannon's tied his career high, so he really has played well. Maybe another dunk for McSwain? Yes. The pickup game has broken up.
Yes, it has. I think you and I can get 8 in this last 2.5 minutes. Well, we need 2 for the tie, 3 for the win. Right?
Yes, you're correct. Correct.
I'm looking forward to the next one. I think Rutgers plays really hard. I think Rutgers going to play Northwestern pretty good. Rebounding, tough team, work hard.
Well, and look, you asked me the question going to break, is Northwestern in? And I think they are. Everybody seems to assume that they are. Northwestern's never been in, and if Rutgers were to pull another upset, Northwestern fans are not going to be feeling real comfortable on Sunday.
I think they all believe themselves to be in.
They do.
I think so.
Even if they lose this game tonight, which follows this one, you think that would cause a little angst?
I think a little angst, but I think the feeling is
Nicholas Baer finally hits a shot from the outside.
Indiana's done a great job on him. A lot of that has been James Blackman. James Blackman has played him like a shooter, which means you're not going to really help off of him, so you stay with him. And Baer, not a great driver of the basketball.
Well, Indiana, they have a tendency to be sloppy with the ball. It's not going to matter in terms of the final result. That was a good play.
Exactly.
Indiana, the record is in jeopardy. I don't think they care.
No, Miller gets in, this record's over.
Premsel scores.
Man, that was a lot of work for a bucket down 30 right there, but good for Premsel. Why do I keep putting an R in there? Premsel, P-E-M-S-L.
We're going to practice in the offseason, you and I, because he's going to be scoring a lot of points next year for Iowa.
Yeah, Iowa, they're not dead yet. They'll maybe be in the NCAA tournament. I would think probably in the NIT, and the crowd giving a great hand, as they should, because this Indiana team played great.
The Hoosiers, their hopes are not gone.
They ain't dead yet. Indiana's got a shot. Wisconsin next. Win that one. Neutral court. That'll be a big-time win.
95-73 Indiana. Impressive from Oliver Graff and Dan Dockage, Dave Fleming. 28 minutes we're going to call it from now. We've got Rutgers and Northwestern for now. Back to the studio. College basketball live scoreboard.
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it here in Bristol. Fonzo Wells, Andy Katz, Chris Cotter, along with Wayne Lee.
Look, Xavier can quiet the critics like myself and win this game and get in. Other than that, they've got 3 wins over DePaul since February 4th. And that's it.
Vandy over on the SEC Network taking on Texas A&M. Must win for the Commodores. And Joe Toye taking it upon himself in the second half. 3 threes right here, extending the Doors lead.
Yeah, Riley LaChance, the now point guard for Vanderbilt, has been the difference in this game. His leadership, his ability to find guys has been the difference for them over this last stretch.
And Vandy's one of those other teams that could get in with 15 losses if they're in at large.
Looking pretty good right now to add another W to that resume, even though it isn't a great W against A&M. It's still moving on. Cal on the bubble, take it on Utah. Second half, Cal leads by 1. Jabari Bird, great move by him to put Cal up 4 plus the free throws. Look at this right here. Oh, sick, and 1. So 14 seconds left. Kyle Kuzma, they needed this. That's deep.
Yeah, he's the guy who you want taking the shots. He's been injured often this year. Good to see him in the lineup. They need him tonight.
5 seconds. Utah trailing by 3. Cedric Bearfield can't get it to go, so Cal gets a huge win. They've got Oregon coming up next in the Pac-12.
They lost by 30. That same team last week. 30.
It matters what you're doing lately, doesn't it? Marquette and Seton Hall, Big East quarters. Seton Hall, I know a lot of you guys are talking about how dangerous they are. Andrew Rousey called for traveling here. Look at the scuffle. It's like the old Big East.
It happened last night, too. St. John's and Georgetown.
Yeah.
Patrick Ewing Jr. Whoa.
Wow. Beautiful. Look at Angel Delgado right here. He's just a double-double machine.
Yeah, leads the nation in double-doubles with 26. Close behind him, Caleb Flanagan with 25.
So here comes Seton Hall looking pretty good at the right time. Tennessee and Georgia. Georgia just on the bubble. They need a lot to happen. Second half, Juwan Parker with the steal and the dunk. And then J.J. Frazier's done all he can with Mayton's injury to keep Georgia in the conversation.
But the big news is Mayton played in this game, so now the committee potentially could evaluate this team if they beat Kentucky.
They got to beat Tennessee here first. And Admiral Schofield, love that name. Couldn't get the bucket to go, though. Georgia does get the win. Now they have Kentucky coming up in the semifinals in the SEC tournament. Another opportunity to beat Kentucky. They've been close in the 2 times they played earlier this year.
Well, and that's the thing. And that's why these tournaments in the high majors offer opportunities. And that's why I want to ask Joe Lunardi. Can I ask Joe Lunardi?
Yes, you can. Let's bring in
Is he
Joe.
in the
You
bunker?
can ask him. He is the
Joe.
Infinity Bunker.
Hypothetical here, Joe. Now the selection committee gets to evaluate this team with Deontay Mayton back in the lineup. What if they beat Kentucky? What do they do with Georgia?
I think there's still work to be done for the Bulldogs. I mean, whether they have Mayton whether they bring back Dominique Wilkins, they still only have one top 50 win, regardless of who's in uniform, and I'm not sure a second one is going to be enough.
No Dominique, no Fleming. Fleming's not walking.
They beat Kentucky, they're still sweating. Hey, at least Mark Fox got a vote of confidence. He's coming back.
And that's good. It was a good win for them regardless today against Tennessee, their rivals from up north. Okay, so let's take a look at then the rest of the bubble, because we've talked about teams like Vandy. Obviously, we saw Indiana get the win, maybe playing their way back onto the bubble. Xavier's in a little bit of trouble right now, aren't they? Without this win today, obviously it'd be a huge win against Butler. Does it get them in if they can get this win, and are they out if they don't get it? Joe, you there?
Yeah, I think it's really important for Xavier to remain competitive in this game. It's close in the second half. They need to show that they can play at an NCAA tournament level because, as you've said, and Andy has said many times, they're going to get to the finish line with their only wins in the last month being all against DePaul 3 times over. They've been in a number of those games. The Creighton athletic director is on the committee, Bruce Rasmussen, and Xavier beat Creighton without Sumner shortly after his injury, so that's got to help them a little bit. But it's going to be a long wait for the Musketeers if they don't find a way to come back and win this.
And Joey, that's something I wanted to ask you about. That I'm curious. So they're playing without Edmund Sumner right now. How they lose? How then does the committee look at Xavier then without, in my opinion, their second best player?
We won't really know, of course, Fonz, until Sunday night because there's just not a lot of data or a lot of examples over the years with major injuries. I mean, the most obvious one occurred to the #1 team in the country when Kenyon Martin broke his leg in a conference tournament quarterfinal game, and they dropped from a 1 to a 7, did Cincinnati, based on pure speculation. At least there's some evidence that Xavier's not as good, obviously, without Sumner, but in their 6-game losing streak, 3 of them also occurred without Trayvon Blewett, and he's back. So I just think that Xavier's going to sneak in and probably be in that first 4 in Dayton.
All right, so Joe, help me out here with Cal. Saturday night, right on this set, we killed them off. They got swept in the Mountain Range, got blown up by 30 to Utah. Now they turn around in Las Vegas and beat this Utah team. They got to play Oregon. Let's assume they lose to Oregon. How did Cal's resume suddenly change in a week?
Well, I think you killed him. I don't know that I completely killed him.
I thought we were a team.
Because I think cats in Latin means let's overreact to everything.
Good point.
But when I look at, they fell from what? First 4 out to next 4 out. That's not a huge slide. And they're going to stay alive because of winning today. But beating Utah isn't going to put them in the tournament.
But you've got them ahead of USC?
No, I have USC in the field and Cal not.
All right. All right, so I did it.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
All right,
I like Lonzo Mark. I do, and I love Berkeley.
Check back in with you here in a second.
I think he should stay. Don't go to Mizzou. Too close to home.
With these 2 guys trying to straighten cats out. When we come back, Duke looked good today. This might be the game of the day on paper at the start of the day. Louisville and Duke in Brooklyn. We'll show you highlights of this one coming up. And as we promised at the top of the hour, that Northwestern club and Brian McIntosh, second team All Big Ten, hoping to lead the Wildcats to the NCAA tournament. They look pretty good right now. Don't forget our 20th anniversary of the ESPN Tournament Challenge. You got to sign up. Get all your buddies to sign up. ESPN.com/bracket. We're going to play. You should do it too.
Goodness. Man, if you don't like this, there's something wrong.
Champ Week's biggest night begins Saturday at 6 on ESPN.
I own an event space, but I'm really in the business of making memories. Last night was a wedding reception. Tonight, Sweet 16. Can your Wi-Fi handle over 1,000 teenage selfies an hour? Mine can, because Cox Business listens to me. I have the right package to exceed my clients' ever-changing needs. So now, I can spend my time.
That makes sense?
It does make sense.
I'm with you, bro.
Duke bucks that trend, and they get the win. Virginia Tech, Florida State. Xavier Rattan Mays. Nice pass to Jonathan Isaacs for the dunk. Very close game, though. Mont Hill is going to pump fake and get to the bucket hard, Bob.
Yeah, this is a Virginia Tech team that's undersized. The tallest guy in that starting lineup is 6'7", but they do a great job of knocking down the three ball.
Wayne Bacon with the bucket here. 3-point Florida State lead over on ESPN. That's a big win in the ACC. Look at the bracket right now.
And look at the bottom part of this bracket. It is wide open. This is Grand Canyon open.
Yes.
Okay? Because the top of it is loaded, like Final Four loaded. Any one of those 4 teams, whoever survives this game and the game later, can get to the final.
What makes you think that Notre Dame, Virginia, or Florida State isn't Final Four type of caliber team? If Duke is, that's my question to you. Aren't they Final Four loaded?
No.
Wow. West Virginia, Texas.
That was with conviction.
I know. Javon Carter had himself a game. That's a 3. Knocks down another one for West Virginia by 9 at the half. Daxter Miles, then. You think maybe Texas, a little bit too much effort the other night against Texas Tech?
It was a great win for Shaka Smart. Maybe
Very good.
Best win of the year.
West Virginia, though, run you out of the gym. They're up 10 right now. Staying in the Big 12. This was also one of the games of the day, I think, at the start. Oklahoma State, Iowa State. Monte Morris leaves it for Donovan Jackson. Iowa State up 8, and then Morris to Jackson again in the corner. The second half run really put it away.
I don't think the nation knows how good Monte Morris is. He is terrific, not only as a passer, but he's scoring a lot more this year as well.
Hey, everyone filling out a bracket, keep your eye on Iowa State. It is senior, veteran loaded, with plenty of guys, as Steve Prohm has told me, who don't mind taking the shot. They all can make the shot. And they got some confidence going in this one. Now they play TCU instead of Kansas.
Undersized mismatch nightmare in Deontay Burton. 6'5" lefty playing the power forward spot. Watch him. He can put up big numbers in the NCAA tournament.
Watch TCU right now. They upset Kansas. Can they turn the trick again against Iowa State tomorrow, 7 o'clock on ESPN2? If they do, that might be enough to get the Horned Frogs into the big dance. 5 minutes from now, Northwestern and Scotty Lindsey going to take on Rutgers. Rutgers upsetting Ohio State yesterday. Can they do it again? This time against Northwestern, who appears to be tournament bound. They'll tip in about 4.5 minutes time.
How would our suits look with the hood on the back?
La Quinta presents How to Win at Business. Step 1. Point decisively with the arm of your glasses. Abracadabra, the stage is yours. Step 2. Choose La Quinta, the only hotel where you can redeem loyalty points for a free night instantly and win at business.
The sub above difference is substantial. After all, the Giant got its name for a reason. It ain't little. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Remember 2007? Smartphones? OMG. 10 years later, nothing's really changed. It's time to snap out of it.
Hello, Moto.
Snap on a JBL speaker. Put a 70-inch screen on a wall. Get a 10 times optical zoom. Get excited, world.
Hello, Moto.
Moto is here. The Moto Z with Moto Mods. Visit VerizonWireless.com/droid to discover today's hot deal.
Rated T for teen.
The stories don't tell us where the old ones went. They don't tell us why the machines rule these lands. But they warn us that this balance cannot last. A storm is coming, and I will be ready.
PlayStation. There's nothing more important to me than my vacation. So when I need to book a hotel room, I want someone that makes it easy to find what I want. Booking.com gets it. They offer free cancellation if my plans change.
Visit Booking.com. Booking.yeah.
The sub above difference is time tested. Because we know there's only one way to make an original Italian. And we've stuck to it since 1956. Any questions? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
NFL news and notes. What a big day today has been, not only in college basketball, but also in the NFL as far as player movement. Brock Osweiler traded. Jay Cutler released by the Bears. Longtime Chicago Bear. I know you're from that neck of the woods.
I love Jay Cutler.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Bears didn't win with him.
I was a Rams fan.
Mike Glennon is expected to sign with the Bears now. Maybe the heir apparent. Kirk Cousins says he wants to be traded by the Redskins. According to Adam Schefter, maybe not so much. Redskins may not be willing to accommodate him. Xavier Butler, this is a huge game. Malcolm Bernard with the 3. Look how close this one is right now. All tied at 49. About 5 minutes left to go in that one. If Xavier beats Butler, they got to think they're in. Earlier today, Indiana, Iowa. Second half, James Blackman Jr. took over. passing to Thomas Bryant with the bucket, giving Indiana the lead, and then drilling the three here, Fonz, with the defender.
Yeah, only 5 points in the first half. He was terrific defensively. 18 big ones in the second half.
Indiana blows out Iowa. Disheartening loss for Iowa. Fran McCaffrey gets teed up. But the biggest news is Fonz told me Fran was calm, cool, and collected when he was an assistant for Digger when he played for him.
I don't know who that guy is. I was with him for 4 years.
The pressures are a little bit. It's a little bit. You're in the pressure cooker a little bit more when you're the head man at Iowa than when you're the assistant at Digger, taking all day heat for you. All right, we got Northwestern coming up next. Locked to make the NCAA tournament according to Joe Lunardi, but what should we expect from the Wildcats?
Yeah, Brian McIntosh and Vic Law. Those guys are going to have huge nights tonight for them to get into the NCAA tournament.
Look, I didn't go there. You're wearing a purple tie. It'd be great for them to win it.
Yes.
Emphatic, get that AQ. We're in.
Purple tie already worked for TCU earlier on in the day. Maybe it'll work for Northwestern.
Don't have a thud and lose to Rutgers.
Not against you, Rutgers, though. Not against you. See if that happens.
Champ Week rolling on. It's the Big Ten tournament on a beautiful night in Washington, D.C. Just a mile or so away to Washington Monument. This is Big Ten basketball on ESPN as we get ready for the final game of the day. Rutgers coming off an upset win, their first win in Big Ten tournament history against the upstarts of the league this year. The 6th seed, the Wildcats of Northwestern. There's one spot remaining in the quarterfinals. Purdue, Michigan, Minnesota, Michigan State, Wisconsin, Indiana, Maryland will meet the winner of this matchup, Northwestern and Rutgers. Hi, everybody. Dave Fleming alongside Dan Doctor. I think it's fair to say, Dan, that Northwestern, they were the story of the year in this Big Ten. They have never been to the NCAA tournament. They are so close.
And I voted Chris Collins as my coach of the year because he's going to do something that has never been done. And you just said that's put Northwestern in. But they've lost 4 out of their last 5. And Rutgers is the best rebounding team in the Big Ten and has played everybody tough. You know, we've said that Indiana is the most dangerous team in this tournament, and all the coaches know it. A lot of coaches know that Rutgers has played everybody down the stretch. This will be a good one.
And these two teams met twice during the regular season, and both of those matchups were close, hard-fought games. So even teams in the country this year, and a lot of people are giving Steve Pikiell credit for that.
Well, let's look back. Eddie Jordan, he didn't know how to put the work in at the college level. There's a difference between the NBA and college basketball. And then Mike Rice before that. Rutgers has been a bit of a mess. Now they have a professional college basketball coach, a coach that knows his way around it, a coach that knows how to recruit the area. The future is very bright for Rutgers because that man right there knows exactly what he's doing, has a vision, and he's implementing it.
They've more than doubled their win total from last year. The stats are all drastic. Maybe all would be a stretch, but a lot of their stats are way, way better than they were last year. They just haven't necessarily shown up in the wins and the losses.
Well, saying the stats are better than last year, as I say, is kind of like saying you're the most handsome man at the Dockett's family reunion. I mean, it doesn't mean that much because they were awful last year.
For all Dockages, I apologize for that one. How about the three? Now, here's one thing. If the threes go in for Rutgers, Northwestern's got a problem.
Well, they averaged 4 a game, hit 7 the other night, which is obviously great for Rutgers because this is not a good shooting team. It's a post-up team, a driving team, kind of a ball movement team.
They get as many points percentage-wise inside the arc as any team in college basketball. Corey Sanders, maybe their best all-around player, handling the ball, going to the rim, draws a foul.
Hey, that was great by Sanders. Sanders struggled against Ohio State. They still won.
I mean, isn't it funny how we're talking about Rutgers? This is a team that prides itself on defense. Last year, no. This year, yes.
Last year, you never see in Big Ten teams 80 points given up as a team. Like, I'm not sure in the time I've watched the Big Ten I can remember a team giving up 80. So, historically bad. But you know what? Steve Pikiell has come in and established order, established accountability. He played forward for Jim Calhoun. So, look, you got a real coach in there. You got players that are learning, listening, improving. You got a chance.
Some trapping defense from Rutgers. McIntosh, no look, dunk.
McIntosh, you let him get the ball in an open court type situation. He is way more times than not going to make the right decision.
He's one of the best passers in college basketball.
He really is. And you know why? He has the ability to see a play ahead. He's terrific with that.
Sanders off his foot. No. Way off of Northwestern. Arms were going in every which way.
You know, interesting thing, you see McIntosh there. He committed to Indiana State. And then he had a tremendous summer, led his team to 2 high school state championships along the way, and opened up his recruiting. Huge Duke fan, even though he lived in Indiana. Chris Collins called him. He kind of represented Duke to McIntosh, and guess what? He's his, wow, he's his guy. So Chom's our guy.
Chom's hit 2 threes already and looked real good doing it. Issa Chom, freshman from Senegal. And they expected early in the season average. He's averaging fewer than 4 points a game. But they expected him to be their best shooter. Law. That's important for Northwestern for him to get it going.
Vic Law is the kind of recruit, him and Scotty Lindsey, local kids, highly recruited, highly thought of, that Chris Collins is going to build his program on. I mean, local kids in Chicago, there's a ton of kids. And
Chom, same spot?
No way.
That wasn't going to happen 3 times.
No, he needed to shot fake and go around because the defense, Vic Law, came out on him and got into him on the shot.
McIntosh, floater, tip, and Geddes comes away with a rebound. Michael, we just show him because he tends to, look, he's engaged on offense, but mostly he just kind of does this. He watches, maybe barks some instructions to somebody else. When Rutgers is on defense, he's practically down in the stands.
He is in the stands. He's ready to slide his feet, make a big step, hot hands.
So offense, yeah, he's willing to just kind of watch and, okay, we turn it over. Yeah, that's fine. Let's guard now. Steve, we'll check back with you a little later. Timeout in D.C.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by the Lexus Command Performance Sales Event, now through March 31st. See your Lexus dealer.
During the Lexus Command Performance Sales Event, experience our most refined models ever, including the LS, LX, and ES. Experience amazing.
Half-price shakes and ice cream slushes after 8?
Looks like a lot of people really got the memo.
Totally. I got the memo.
That's a cherry stem. That's a cherry stem.
Get shakes and new ice cream slushes for half price after 8 p.m. This is how you Sonic.
Say goodbye to extra taxes and fees on your wireless bill and hello to T-Mobile One. Right now, get 2 lines of unlimited data for $100. Taxes and fees included. 2 lines, $100, all in, all unlimited. Switch today.
I joined the Army in July of '98. I did active duty 11 years and 2 in the reserves.
Our 18-year-old was in an accident. When I call USA, it was that voice asking me, is your daughter okay? That's where I felt relief.
It actually helped to know that somebody else cared and wanted to make sure that I was okay. That was really great.
We're the Rivera family, and we will be with USAA for life.
USAA. We know what it means to serve. Call today to talk about your insurance needs.
Every L-certified pre-owned Lexus comes with an unlimited mileage L-certified warranty. So you can experience all the confidence you've come to expect from a Lexus. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
The Firestone Grand Prix of St. Petersburg, Sunday at noon Eastern on ABC.
Well, the longest NCAA tournament drought in the country, current major conference teams. I think by this point, just about everybody knows it is Northwestern. Rutgers actually happens to be the second longest deep pass, actually. Shaquille Dorson, who is a big kid down low.
Have you ever seen, I've asked this many times, have you ever seen a small Shaquille?
No.
There's like one wide receiver in football, like a college wide receiver, somebody told me is a small Shaquille. But every other Shaquille in the world, like if you want a big kid, as soon as they come out, name them Shaquille.
The missed shot by Nigel Johnson.
He'll start growing.
So there's a strategy for those parents out there.
We cover a lot of ground on these broadcasts for you Rutgers fans that are experiencing us for the first time.
It's a different kind of flavor. McIntosh. Oh, man. He's really good.
He's from Newcastle, Indiana, home of Ken Benson, Steve Alford. And then he transferred. He moved. His family moved to Greensburg, Indiana. And he has the prototype Indiana game. And here's why I say that. He can shoot the ball. A lot of kids can shoot the ball, but he is deft from mid-range. I mean, deft.
That's a mid-range type jumper. No good from Deshaun Freeman. Nice extra pass. Law got it.
Law struggled last time out. Dakota Mathias held him 2 of 13. Had some good looks. Lost a little confidence. Big shot for Northwestern. Law getting going.
7-0 run. Law, who was the first recruit, and he was a high-level recruit to commit to Chris Collins.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Northwestern's always, the Chicago kids have gone to Northwestern. It's a great school, but not to really, you got to beat Stanford. You got to be able to beat Michigan State. You got to be some big-time schools for kids.
That's an illegal screen, offensive foul. Well, Champ Week continues tomorrow night. Semifinal action from the ACC. They're up in Brooklyn, which has been a big success. And look at the matchup already set. Carolina-Duke, 7 Eastern tomorrow on ESPN. A great Duke-Louisville game. Notre Dame, Virginia still to come tonight. Looks like it'll be Florida State, the 2 seed, over the Hokies on the other side.
Who do you like, Duke, Carolina?
I like Carolina.
I like Duke. I think Duke's really good.
One of us is going to be wrong.
Well, that was boring. Supposed to say,
I don't like you.
You're supposed to say, well, I'll bet you steak dinner.
He already did that. Ash, a 3 on the way, and that one goes down for Nathan Tapper.
Nathan Tapper made the pass that put it Northwestern in the NCAA tournament. He is a shooter, and that was not an easy shot. A little resistance.
Well, this run for Northwestern, Rutgers hadn't scored in 4.5 minutes. Johnson wouldn't shoot. Geddes. And they got to get some kind of shot off. That was going to be a 3-second violation. It was not pretty. Here's a corner 3. Law. Northwestern's feeling it.
Hey, that was pretty good by Ash. He knew that Law was hot. And he drew the defense just a little bit, just enough to give Law room.
A 13-0 run for the Wildcats. They're up 10.
The markets can be very unpredictable. New York Life, on the other hand, is as consistent as my free throw shooting. They've paid a dividend to participating policy owners every year since 1854. It may not be sexy, but it works. Be good at life. New York Life.
It's back. And it's front. No, really. The Triple Double Crunch Wrap Big Box is back. And it's still all mains, no sides, with a Doritos Locos Taco, a Crunchy Taco, and a Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Just $5, only at Taco Bell.
Maestros lead with confidence, exactness, inspiration. At GMC, we're in tune with that degree of precision. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the GMC Acadia. The next generation SUV has arrived. Step up to GMC with 17% below MSRP on select brand new 2017 Acadia vehicles in stock. That's over $8,100 on this Acadia Denali.
Sparkling ice isn't bland, so this commercial can't be either.
So how was work today? Mike still giving you the business?
He's all right. Hey, no texting at the dinner table.
Whatever.
Can I go to my room?
Finish your meatloaf first.
Hey, I would have eaten that.
Your veggies, too.
Do I have to?
Where's Kitty?
Drink not bland, be not bland. Sparkling ice.
Big run for Northwestern. They lead Rutgers by 10. The final game to set the quarterfinals in this Big Ten tournament. Time to go beyond the bucket, presented by PNC Investments. And Dan, already you've talked about the improvements that this Northwestern program has made, recruiting, facilities, all that stuff. But there's one giant leap that still they think is going to happen on Sunday.
Yeah, and it's really important for Northwestern to get in the NCAA tournament. They certainly deserve it, Dave. You went to Stanford. Chris Collins coached at Duke, and that's what you're trying to do at Northwestern, but you cannot do it if you don't make the NCAA tournament. Let's face it, when you're out there recruiting, kids want to know, hey, have you played in the tournament? Hey, have you won games in the tournament? And if your answer is, look, we've never won a game in the tournament, that's really tough. Stanford was great under Mike Montgomery. You went there. They went to Final Fours. The success of Duke, we know high academic schools can compete in major college basketball, but you have to have a breakthrough. That's where I think the importance of this is. It's important to the entire feel of the school. Ricky Birdsong, the late Ricky Birdsong was a coach. He told me one time the hardest thing about Northwestern is that people are so used to losing. Well, guess what? They're 20 wins 2 years in a row. They're going to make the NCAA tournament, have a chance to win a game. It is so important to this basketball program to get itself on a level of, not a Duke yet, but at least have a fighting chance.
Michael Johnson missed it. Geddes follows, missed that. Northwestern playing good defense, and Rutgers missing some makeable shots.
They just don't shoot well. You can just see, like Geddes right there was down the lane. He didn't shoot it. He just kind of popped it out of his hand. They've missed their last 6 and really haven't been close.
Not a real come-from-behind kind of team, although they did come from behind and beat Illinois. A very damaging loss for the Illini at the end of the regular season. But Rutgers has got to hang close in this game to have any kind of shot. Here's a 3, top of the key, and it almost went down, but no. Yeah, Skelly, who's a pretty good shooter from the outside.
Kevin Skelly's a valuable kid. He clogs up the middle. He's pretty good around the bucket. A little bit like Juwan Morgan for Indiana. He's got pretty nifty using the other side. Shoots it well.
Nigel Johnson, who started his career at Kansas State, going to the basket. Shot was blocked.
And that was really, really good by Benson. He came over and just made a heck of a play.
Lindsay for 3.
They got weapons. You know, we're talking about Law, McIntosh, Lindsay. That's 3 big-time weapons. 4 for 6 on 3 early. From 3 early.
A 16-0 run. Geddes a long 2. And from the floor, the defensive rebound for Ash. Northwestern has they got fans in all corners of the country, and some are a little more notable than others.
Do you think, other than maybe Carol Burnett, Mary Tyler Moore, something like that she might be the modern-day favorite comedic actress?
Yeah, I think she's
her son.
She is. Charlie Hall, her kid, who's a sophomore on this Northwestern team. And the whole family, you know, Charlie's the player, the mom and dad, Brad, I mean, just huge fans of Northwestern. They come to about every game they can make it to.
Do you think, how many people ask her to dance when they see her?
Too many.
Like,
you think we'll see some dancing on Sunday?
No, but I think she is absolutely awesome. I liked her other show, Veep, on HBO. It was spectacular. Veep is one of the funniest shows you'll ever see.
Now, she can't be getting texts saying you're on TV. She's on TV at all times.
She's getting texts from people saying, hey, Dan Dockich and Dave Fleming are talking about you.
Let's take a selfie.
Yes. I told my niece, Emily Eamon, who's a volleyball player at Northwestern, date her son. I want to meet her. I want to have him over for Christmas or something.
Yeah, just a couple steps away, Dan.
That's all?
Pardon.
That's a big improvement, too. Remember, you know, they had Alec Ola last year, and he was very good. Alex Ola was, but Pardon has stepped right in. Was redshirting last year. Ola got hurt. He came off of a red shirt and has been very good. You know, they've lost 3 of 4.
I mean, you're right. And the win was that miracle against Michigan. Here's Lindsay from way outside. Offensive rebound, and that should be a goaltender. That was on the net.
But you know how last time Skelly found Pardon? That time Pardon made a great tip pass over to Skelly. Man, this is impressive.
Really impressive.
You're going to see him use the net right. Let's see. He's going to use the net as a chin-up. There he grabs it, and that's a goaltender.
Cannot do that.
Nope. Not really.
Northwestern shooting better than 60%. As you said, they have not turned it over one time. 22-0 run, and they're blocking shots left and right, too.
You know, legendary director Scott Johnson, he from the state of Ohio, is wondering out loud in our ear how this team beat Ohio State. I think it's a little premature for that from legendary director Scott, but they don't look good right now, Rutgers.
They kind of took it to Ohio State. They physically beat them up. It wasn't a blowout, but...
No, down 10 early, Rutgers was, and it didn't phase them. Down 10 in their last 2 games, really, and have been able to come back.
Wow.
Lindsey to Law. That'll make you take a selfie and throw deuces.
And an offensive foul. What a show.
I'm not sure Northwestern has played a better 11.5 minutes than this. I mean, they're shooting, they're running, they're finding. They've been sensational. Not a lot of communication out of Rutgers. A lot of guys went to one spot. But, man, when you run the floor hard, great things happen to you. I mean, they just do. And when you're a willing passing team, even better.
Lindsey, a willing pass, and that one goes down. That's a 3 for Sanjay Lumpkin.
I had a chance to meet Sanjay Lumpkin at Media Day. What a great kid. Just...
That's another offensive foul. What's the last 27-0 run you can remember?
I remember against Northwestern, Indiana went on a 22-0 run in the middle of the first half against Northwestern at home a few weeks ago. That's as good as I got.
Yeah. I mean, 27-zip. This, you hit a 3, it's 30-0 run in a Big Ten game. Last year, Indiana had one of those long runs, I think, against Michigan. Pardon. Why not? Make it 29-0.
The ball was headed out of bounds. Out of nowhere, I believe it was Lindsey. Again, a play ahead, found Pardon, and Pardon finished.
29-0 run. Sanders almost tipped it in. Northwestern, would you have counted that for the Wildcats if they tipped it in for Rutgers? Will that count for the run? Too many players over.
That was the most open they may have been in the entire half court.
Sanders traveled. Well, Vic Law, he's got 12. Rutgers, their whole team, they got 9. It's been that kind of night for the Scarlet Knights.
Give extra, get extra.
The Range Rover Sport. Land Rover. Above and beyond.
It's lunchtime. Stop what you're doing and head to Subway. Because right now, you can get the Subway Footlong Sub of the Day for just $6. It's the $6 Footlong Sub of the Day. A great value from a better Subway.
Here's another reason I love RC Willey. You could save even more during their jaw-dropping coupon event.
Top brand TVs up to 85 inches are in stock now. And during our coupon event, you can get free wall mount and installation with purchase of any LG OLED TV. Save 20% off any TV mount with purchase of select TVs. And get a free Bluetooth soundbar with purchase of many TV stands. Enjoy coupon savings up to $300 on many items. Look for coupons in your mail, online, and in-store. RC Willey.
Get in the game with the William Hill mobile sports app. William Hill puts a complete sports book in the palm of your hand. Nevada's biggest betting menu. Best parlay card payouts. Nevada's largest live continuous in-play wagering menu. Over 350 deposit locations, including over 100 sports books, your favorite taverns, and 7-Elevens. Visit a William Hill sports book to sign up today and receive up to a $50 deposit bonus. Visit WilliamHill.us for more details.
Cotter and the Fonz in studio. Xavier Butler, huge game for Xavier, and Trayvon Blue in under a minute, going to take it himself.
Playing without Edmund Sumner, he had to be big. 23 in this game, and he loves the kill spots at the elbows.
So a 2-point lead for Xavier. 2 good looks, though, for Butler on the other end.
Opportunity here. Another one.
No good. No. Kamar Baldwin, Tyler Lewis both missed. Xavier on the bubble. They get a huge win at Butler. Dave, Dan?
That definitely counts as a major, major win.
All right, let's look here. Illinois out. Iowa, I'm moving down. I'm bumping Xavier into here, and we'll see what happens. We like Indiana, but they've got to win.
Now, wait a minute. You move Xavier from first 4 out to next 4 out. Another lot. I think we got to do that again.
All right, let's
move Xavier up, not over.
I'm moving Xavier up.
Okay, yeah.
They're up. They're
moved them from in to out.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I am clearing this. I'm getting Iowa out of there. I'm getting Illinois out of there. And let's go on with something else.
Back to the basketball game.
Thank goodness.
It's 35-9. Maybe back to your scribble here in a minute. Remember when John was hitting threes in the early moments?
You know, it's just so hard when you can't make shots. And then all of a sudden, you can get hot defensively. And right now, Northwestern has you get hot by every guy being able to guard their own, and Northwestern's doing just that.
Well, they are going to tell us who's in and who's out on Sunday. And we got bracketology starting at 7 Eastern, 5:15 Eastern. We got SVP at Sports Center as the field is actually revealed. Then all the experts, including you. You are an expert breaking down the field.
Yeah. You know what I'm doing? True story. You won't believe it, but I'm going to be on a telestrator the entire time. As evidenced by what I just did there, that might not be the best thing for me to do.
You're going to work in a little practice on Saturday, maybe?
Yeah, we're going to have a noon session, and I'll be really good at it by the time we're there, but it's going to take a lot. Yeah, here's a telestrator.
Yeah. You want to demonstrate?
Well, no, I've already shown that I'm lacking. Northwestern with 2 sloppy passes.
In the last many minutes, not good for Rutgers, and it's getting worse.
Wow.
It's a 31-0 run.
28-0, the great Pat McGrath. We were at the game last year. Indiana put it on Michigan into the